My name is DeviousMatter, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I have 5 different builds that I want to be trying out, and basically just to help you get your creative spark back, because we all have our moments where we lose our creative spark. Today, I'm going to be showing you 5 different designs that you can pop up into your survival world. Fairly simple. So for the showcase today, what we're going to have is, first build we're going to be doing, which is rather simple. I know it looks a little bit complex, but it's going to be this crane. So this crane is consisted of not too many blocks, and you can change it depending on how advanced you want it to look, but we'll be going over this. We'll be going over how to make a medieval wagon, which I've made in the past. We'll be going over a cool little centerpiece fountain for your village or kingdom. Fairly simple, just looks really complex, good for a royal city. We'll be going over something I learned how to do recently, which was make some decent looking spruce trees. And something I'm fairly proud of that I threw up onto the spot is this little stone tower, which takes use of brick walls and stuff like that to make the edges look rounded. So we're going to be going over those designs today, and I'll be showing you step by step on how to build them. So the first build that we're going to be doing is starting with the medieval crane. So to start with that, what you want to do is get your spruce stairs, go in a little circle pattern right here with one block in the middle missing. That's where we're going to be putting our spruce log going up. And then the spruce log going up is going to be 13 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then whenever you get up to the top here after your 13th spruce log, you want to place 2 spruce fences. Okay, so now once you got your fence posts placed is when you need to decide what side is going to be your long side and short side. So my long side is going to be to the right. So I'm going to place the block right there, connected to the bottom of the top log. And then your short side is going to be directly one slab placement below that one you just placed. So mine's going to be right there on the second log. And then for your short side, we're going to start on the rock first. So which best thing I like to do to make it look the nicest is on this one, you go ahead and connect. So it's like the pattern is 1, 2, 1, 1. So that's what that should look like. And then directly below the little line we just made, you're going to want to go from this block it's on, 1 block gap, and then place it at the top again, if that makes sense. So you're going, it's a 3 block total with 1 block in the middle, or a block and a half gap from the top slab. And then for this one, you want to do, the pattern is going to be 2, 1, 1, and 1. So that's going to be the pattern of that. And then we're going to start on the rock right now. So what you're going to want to do is on this top slab right here, you're going to want to place 1 block, go out 2 more, 1 up top, 1 below. And this is going to make our little plus mark. And then what you want to do here is put a nub on that side, a nub on that side. And then you're going to want to put whatever fence or wall that you made on, on each different side of that. So on all 4 corners of the plus mark, you're going to want to cover those up. And then you want to grab whatever stair block that you picked and put it like this. So we're going to be making all the corners of the plus mark covered in stairs. And the stairs will all be facing inwards. So just like that. And then that right there is our rock. So now we're going to go ahead and start on our long side of the crane. So for this pole right here, we're gonna go right here. So where this slab is, you can go up 1 and place 1 on the other side. So both of these on the long side are 1 above the short side, and then you're gonna want to go out 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The length definitely does matter depending on how big of a crane you made, but for my size I'm doing right here, you're gonna want to go out 10. And then the pattern here is 2, 2, 2, and 2. So at this point, your crane should look like this. If not, I'm just bad at explaining things. But once you got this done, what you want to do is right under here, you want to place some fences. And if you want to, you could definitely do this with chains. Just put them on here and then make them go across. But I'm just going to do it with fences because chains are expensive. And then when you got that done, you want to come down to a good level. This depends on how far down your crane is going, but I'm just going to go down. What did I put? I'm just going to put 4 fence gates going down, or fences going down. Now at this point, you basically got the basics of the crane down, but I'll show you how to make the little platform. So for me, what I do is figure out whatever things you're going to be putting on your crane and go down a good amount, but you want to make a 3x3 platform where the center is directly where the fence post is. And then underneath, you want to put these little stilts, kind of like their pallets. And then all the way around, you're going to want to put signs of your choice, just to make it give like more design and depth. And then when you got that done, you're going to want to build up with whatever material you have. In my case, it's just stone, because this is a stone mine crane. And make this look however you want it to look. So for me, I mean, that looks good to me. I like the way that looks, so that's what I'm going to do. And the finishing touch on this crane design is you're going to want to put some signs like that all the way around. You're going to be wanting to go up one from the base, skip two, put one, skip two, put one, and you want these to go all the way around. And that is a simple medieval crane. So for the wagon, the materials in my hotbar are going to be the main things that you need. To get started, you're going to want to make another plus design like that. And you're going to want to go 1, 2, 3 out and mimic the design on the other side of that 3x3 pole you just made. And then same like the rock on the crane, you want to fill in these plus marks on the corners with spruce stairs. And when you got that done, you want to add a trapdoor of your choice right here. Next, you're going to want to go out. You're going to want to go out 5 with these slabs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right where you made that 5th one, you're going to want to make the tiny wheels that are going to be going in the front. So just like that. And then mimic it on the other side. Just like that. So your wagon from up top should look something like this. And for these little things right here, those were just to get the dividing. You're going to want to break those down to get some bend in your wagon. And then next, you're going to expand those. So 3. And then stop right here. Leave some space between the wheels. So expand it like that. So 1, 2, 3, 1. And then when you get done with that, right here behind the axle on the wheel, you could leave it or you could knock it out. I knock it out. And I like to expand this like that. And add some little divots right here, and you can even choose to increase those or something like that. I'm just going to leave them, I'll leave it like that. So something like that looks perfectly fine, so you can jump up on top of the wagon and get in. And then here in the front, you're going to want to go out 2, drop down a fence post, and put another slab on top of that. That is where your horse is going to be attached. Now this next part is going to be the part that has no rhyme or reason to it. It is just you place the blocks until you get the best design that you can. But what we're going to do is we're going to add some fence posts right here, and you're going to put them on top of some more slabs. Want to go up 3 or however high you want your canopy to be, and same thing right here. We're going to go up 3 because it is 1 level down, and then you're going to want to grab whatever wool that you have. And like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to this. You just want to cover the majority of the wagon, going down at different intervals and narrowing as you get towards the front. So I'm going to be placing these in some sporadic way that I know best. I recommend just trying to experiment with this the best you can, but you're basically looking for a shape like this, kind of like a pirate ship almost. You're basically just trying to outline the wagon itself. And then once you have that outline, you want to fill in the top and the best you can. And you want to kind of round it out. So adding some stuff to the sides, just like that. And even some more fluff to the top here. Like I said, there's no rhyme or way to that. It's basically just trying to get the best little canopy that you can. But you basically should be left off with this little upside down pirate boat design. And when you have that, you're going to want to go down and add little side pieces to wherever you can that doesn't look too bad. So like there, there. I like one going down there. There. And we'll add some more to the back here. So that itself doesn't look bad, but there's obviously some work that needs to be done. So at this point, what you need to do is trim back some of it in the back, just so it looks a bit more round. I know there's a lot of back and forth here, but this is the best way to do it. But that should be all right there. Just trim off some in the back, And then you can start mixing in strips of whatever alternative color you chose, or you could have just a solid colored canopy for your wagon. You don't need to change the color. I just like to have some broken up patches in the leather. That makes sense. And it doesn't look bad at all. We put that together in some odd few minutes. Hopefully this was easy to follow. The canopy isn't too easy to explain. All right, so on to the fountain. This one's gonna be more simple than the rest of them. And the way you want to start is by doing a 3x3, or not a 3x3, a 3x1, like that. 2 diagonal blocks like there. Repeating that design all the way around, and it should look something like this, kind of like a funky looking circle. And then right here between the 3-block gap, so on the left and right of your 3 blocks, you're gonna place some stairs, and then right next to the stairs, place a slab, and then repeat the process. And now you should have a slightly more elevated platform, it seems. And then on the inside, you're gonna wanna go ahead and replace this with stone, or whatever other block you chose. Then right here, you gotta find your center. So right here at the center, you're gonna go up 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you wanna go up 3 high with your stone walls of whatever kind you chose. Just like that. And then next, you're gonna want to square this off. So just like that. And you're going to want to make it look like some awkward circle. So it should look just like that. And then when you have that design, right here at the center, right above your stone walls, you want to put stair, stair, and then flip to the other side again, stair and stair, and repeat that. So now it should look something like that. So you want to grab whatever slab you have next, and right here below, you want to put them right here in between both walls. And that is all for the first layer, for the bottom. Next, we're going to go above, and what you want to do is grab whatever wall you chose, place it right there on these 2 corners, just like that. Should look something like that, leaving the gaps exposed to the center pillar open. And on top of these, you're going to want to put whatever slab you grabbed and put them on top. So now it should look something like that. Next, you want to go up 3 from the base of this. So 1, 2, 3. And then on the 4th block, you want to make a little plus mark. And then you want to put stair, stair, stairs, stairs, just like that, where it's a square platform. And then on all 4 corners, you want to put fence posts, slabs. And then right here at the very tip top of your fountain, you want to put 2 fence posts or 2 walls going straight up. So your fountain should look something like this. Obviously, you can alter it in any way you want. Like you can put slabs here if you want to, but I'm going to leave it like that. Next, you're going to grab your water bucket and you're going to waterlog your wall right here at the top. And that'll let the water flow down nice and neat. And you're going to want to fill in the bottom with whatever water source you have. So just like that. And then you can even grab your lanterns and place them underneath, just like this, on all 4 corners. This is optional, but you could even place lanterns around it. So there you go. You got a nice royal fountain that you can put in whatever kingdom or village you're making. All right. So this one is going to be a very interesting process. There's no rhyme or reason to these trees. It's kind of just spam placing, but making it look nice. So I'll try to explain this the best I can, so just bear with me. So we're going to be making a medium-sized pine tree. We have large and small that I've made before. We're going to make a medium one. So I would say go up maybe, let's do 6 posts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you kind of want to break it up a bit. So right here, we'll add 2 spruce blocks. So you want to leave a gap, and then we'll add some more right there. So spruce leaves. And then of course your tree is going to go up top right there. So we'll just do that. So next, you really want to focus on the 2 layers right above this first fence post. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to this, but what I like to do is I like to go like this. This is a solid start. I like to fold these over. Maybe this one will be like that. Like that. You kind of want to have some gaps in between. Go like that. Go like that. Build that up. Build that up. Build that down a bit. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. You really just want the bottom to be thick with looking as natural as possible. And the best way I find that is kind of having a checkered board pattern, but have it broken up in some areas. So getting an aerial view from me, I can see that this corner right here isn't as round as I would like it to be. So I'll come over here and use the top layer that I have access to. Like I said, you want to focus on the top and bottom layer, or the first 2 layers. So I'll kind of do that. I like the way that looks. Pretty round for me, so I'll take that. And then now that you have these layers built up, you kind of want to go around here, build these up. And now is when you want to be utilizing your 3rd layer up to break up the 2nd layer. And you always want the next layer to overhang the last one in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, that looks good from all around. This is going to be a lot of trial and error. And even from above, it's still got the nice round shape. Those are the things you're looking for. You're looking for the nice round shape from above, and you're looking for the nice round shape from below. But you also want it to gradually get skinnier as it goes up. I find it that with natural looking trees, there is no, like, you specifically place this block here and this one there. It is all just keep placing and removing until you find the right look. So, I mean, I kind of like the way that looks. Doesn't look bad at all. And then we even matted up higher right here because it needs to go higher. That's the good thing with these trees, is you can always expand it higher if you need be. That right there does not look horrible. When around it, I can see that this side right here is a bit too skinny, or a bit too flat, so I'll go around and break that up a bit. Side right here looks a bit too flat, so I'll break that up, maybe add that there, go back down here with that, and just break that one off entirely. So yeah, that breaks it up. And at this point, you kind of just want to go around and break up your tree as much as possible. But looking at that, I still think it needs to be slightly higher. So I'll do that. This side's very flat, and then as you go up, you can break off some of the other pieces. That right there, I think, is a perfect tree. Hopefully that placement made sense to you. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to that, but like I hope the layers, I explained it first. Your first and second layer, you want to kind of intertwine and hang over each other, with your bottom layer being the widest. And you want to continue that going all the way up. And then for the fence post design, you kind of just want to find a good, like, depending on, it's just all depends on how big your tree is. But I like to go 2 away from the tree. So I'll put the post there, 4, 5. So we'll go 5 against the trunk of the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Placing there. Next, what you want to do, go out 2 from these fence posts. 2 and 2, if that makes sense. So diagonal 2 and 2, start over here, diagonal 2 and 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, go over here, 1, 2, 1, 2, and repeat that process. That gives you the circle look for the little dividing barrier. And then on top of that, on top of these spruce logs, you want to put slabs and then trap doors just to round it off. And right here, when you get to the end, you want to swap around to the other side. But just like that. Now, believe it or not, I actually like this tree a lot more than that tree over there. I don't know why. But then for this, there is no rhyme or reason to this. If you watch my hardcore series, you will know you need a lot of snow slabs. So just spam place them as much as you can without them going too thick. You kind of want I find it that the inside pieces of the tree be more highly stacked, because that's where I would think snow builds up. And then just like that. So that doesn't look bad at all. I actually really like the way that looks. This tree right here, it's got some very odd bits about it, but this one over here is a nice, solid, small tree. And then if you want the snow along the ground, it's kind of the same deal. The highest stacked pieces of snow will be right here along the fence edges. You want to go all the way around with that. And then for the rest, it's my patent pending jitter clicking. So you kind of just want to go look around and spam place as much as you can. Once you got the outside done and you think you got it to your liking, you go along to the inside. You want to grab a snow block because that's what you'll be using under all these fence posts. So go ahead and replace all those all the way around. Then once you place those underneath, you kind of want to do the same technique like I said on the outside, where along the fence posts are going to be the highest concentrated areas of snow. So you want to build these up just along the edge. And then underneath the tree, you kind of just want to do the same thing with clicking as much as you can and filling in the empty areas. Now, if you can still reach the block underneath the tree without too much hassle, you want to replace that with snow, but it doesn't really matter because no one's going to be seeing that block as much. But if you're huge in the detail like I am, that is something you're going to want to cover up. So then, just like that, you got your snow tree. Good centerpiece for any type of snow village. Hardcore series that we're doing that's ongoing. But other than that, that's your nice little snow tree. And if you would be interested in me building some other trees, I know a good birch tree design and a good willow tree design. If you want to see those, let me know. Next, we got this little castle wall tower fortress design. This was kind of just something I threw up on the spot, but I really liked the way it looked and I really wanted to add it into this video. So this uses gradients going up to the top to give it some different shading and stuff like that. But I'm going to be building it with probably about the same amount of shading. Alright, and then for the stone tower, the way you want to start this is starting off with whatever bottom gradient you have, which is usually the darkest or lightest, depending on how you're building it. You want to go by 3, skip 1, 3, skip 1, 3, skip this corner right here, 3, and then you should have a 3x3 square design like this. Now, depending on how high your castle walls are, if you're mixing this into a wall, or how high you want this watchtower to be, is going to depend on how much you go up with this specific gradient. I'm going to say 5 looks good. So I'm going to just alternate this to a certain point, like, I don't know, something like that. I kind of like to break it up. So add that one super high, that one like that. I like to break it up with different like little staircase designs because I think it looks cool. And then you want to start again with your second gradient. I like to even off the layers before I go first. So we'll just make it like smooth on top. And then you want to just do the same thing you did with the bottom. Just go up X amount. Kind of like that. And then you want to grab your last gradient. Again, round it off. Like I said, there's no wrong way of height for this. So I'm just going to go up whatever I feel is right. And then for your last gradient, you want to just do the exact same process again, but you want to do it a little less high this time, because this is the end of your tower. So something like that looks perfectly fine to me. And this, you want to round off again, because this is where we're going to start building the place where your archers and stuff stand at the top. So once you got this little gradient tower done, and you think you got it to your liking, you want to grab your walls, which I might be stupid, but I could not find a stone wall, a regular stone wall, so I'm alternating it for brick walls. And you want to match up your gradient. So andesite, matching with that, and like that. So you want to go up with your gradient. So a little bit more detail right here. I have 4 blocks of cobblestone, so I'll go up 4 blocks of cobblestone with the walls. I have 2 blocks of andesite. I'll go up 3 just to make it match in with this like uneven parts. And then go all the way up with the top of those. So I'm going to do this all the way around. Again, this is to your best liking. There's no wrong or right way to do this. Then once you got your wall gradients in right there, you got the nice rounded off tower edges. Next thing you're going to want to do is come up to the top here and just completely fill it off. Just like that. Next thing you want to do is on these 4 corners where your walls are sticking out, you want to place whatever your top gradient block is. Just like that. Then you want to connect them. So just like that, leaving the inside hollowed out. The next thing you want to do is you want to grab your top gradient block of staircase, and on the corners here where the walls are, you want to put 2 staircases just like this on all 4 corners. And the next thing you want to do is you want to grab your gradient block again and just fill in the gaps between the staircases, just like that. Now at the top, your platform should look like this. What you're going to want to do is replace these stone blocks that you hopefully haven't placed yet, and you want to replace it with stairs. So like that, and that'll give you the tower design that you want. So when you fixed my mistake, what you want to do on the outside is come around to the outside. This is going to be one of those things that have no rhyme or reason to them, but For example, placing something like that, we're just going to do that. On the singular blocks right here on the outside right next to the stone walls, you can place a staircase and a staircase on all 4 sides. Just like that. And then you're going to grab whatever your top block gradient is, and you can even go down like that, or you can break up the staircases and do something like that, but we're just going to do it with the staircases for now, and we're instead going to make this center block hang down like that. So just like that, you got your little stone tower, and it's got the little bits hanging down. Now here in the center, what you want to do, or what I find is best, is right here in the center, just put a little loop of stone stairs, and right here is where you're going to be making your door. So find wherever you want your front to be, find where your front to be, and do this. So stair facing down, stair facing upside down, and then right here you want the stair to be like that. Right there is going to be where your door is. You want to fill in the inside right here that is full of grass to whatever block you want, leaving this one right here empty. And then here on the inside, what you're going to want to do is on all these corners of the walls, you're going to want to fill in with a stone block, because we're going to be making holes in the side of these walls, which you don't want to see through. So once you have that built all the way up, you can then go ahead and place your door. I'm going to use a spruce door. And you want to place it from the inside, so that way it's level with the rock. So you don't want to place it like this, because then it'll be sticking out. You can if you want to. I just prefer to do it from the inside. Now we got to go ahead and make our punctures in the walls. So the way that you do this is poke a hole in, and you place a stair sideways like that, or you could even place it like that. We're going to try to break it up more, so we'll do it like that. Like that. You can even go like that, just to get a little diagonal piece. Like there, to get a bigger hole. And just to explain this a bit more, placing the stairs directly like this gives you a 2/4 gap, I guess. Placing it upside down gives you a singular gap like that. And then if you want a bigger gap, you can do even something like this to get a whole block gap. Or you can do something like that to get a slightly different gap. And you can even break it up like that too. So, like the way that side looks, there's a lot you can do with stairs. And you just want to continue to go around the outside of the walls and break it up in multiple different ways. So, just like that, I think we got plenty of holes in the wall to make it look deteriorated. Now, you don't have to put the holes in the wall. I just think it adds a bit more depth that makes it look pretty cool. Next, what you want to do is you want to grab whatever your bottom gradient is. You want to grab slabs of that kind. And you kind of want to place it kind of jittery. I'm going to be saying that a lot here, but you want to have on the flat walls, you want to have different variant of levels, and then you also want to add some stairs in there somewhere, so breaking down your lowest point with stairs, just like that. And then next, you want to grab whatever wall that you had for that. For example, mine's cobblestone, and you want to place it on whatever surfaces it allows you to, based on how you built it. And just break it up a bit more. So something just like that looks perfectly cool to me. It's a lot taller than our other tower over here. Same concept applies. Next, you want to put lanterns wherever you can place them. For example, the little points we put down like there were a perfect prime spot for lanterns. So we're going to put those down like that. You don't even need them on all the sides, but I'm just going to put them like that. And then again, you can also break it up like that if you really want to. You don't have to have them all facing down. So for the purpose of my build, I'm going to do it like that. And then next, we're going to spread some vines around. So you kind of want them to zigzag down. They can't go on stair surfaces. You got to keep that in mind. So I kind of like the way that looks. And then on every place that the vines can spread, you kind of want to outline them with string. The way I'm doing it now is overkill, but I hate when vines spread to where I don't want them. So I'm just going to make them never be able to go anywhere. Then that right there looks perfectly fine to me, so you're just going to continue this along all the different sides. So then that right there is the tower finished. And of course, you could be up here, you could be shooting bows and arrows and stuff like that. And of course, down here at the center, I forgot this part, but you obviously need a way up, and I used ladders. I don't know what else you'd use. You could probably use vines if you wanted to, but I'm gonna use ladders. And at the top, you want to get a spruce trapdoor. Pop it down either right there, or if you really want to. And that is the top of the tower done. You can obviously change the way this looks. Everything like this is interchangeable to whatever your style is. These are simply just templates to get your creative spark back. Now, if you did like this video in any way, shape, or form, if you want to see more, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, because it's a journey we're having and I'd like to have you along with it. Anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.